Hey everyone, welcome to another Anime Kingdom review. See by the title below, yes, this is on episode 9 of Kakegurui, and yes, I know, sorry that this is pretty dang late. It's just I've been super busy with a bunch of things, but finally I did find the time to be able to watch the episode, and finally I found the time to be able to make this video, so that's why we're here today. So yeah, let's talk about how I felt about episode 9, because honestly, I'll say that the second half I enjoyed a lot better than, what has been shown for the past several episodes. Like I said, one of my big worries in my last episode review was that it was going to be continuing on a downward trend. I will admit the first half continued with that downward trend. Honestly, it just like the main reason why I wasn't excited for this arc was it felt like there wasn't going to be anything special with whatever they're gambling, whatever game that they're going to be. Not because I hate idols, because honestly, I absolutely loved the whole song part that they had in the second half. That was probably one of my favorite, like, big highlights of the episode, honestly. But seriously, the first half of the episode, it honestly was just such a drag. There was nothing special. That's one of the reasons why I didn't care for the whole last, arc as well with Midori, is that the gambling thing, how they cheated, how she ends up, not really wanting to win. In this way, it was similar, except obviously she did want to win, but it made it so she pretty much made it so that she was trying to make it go her way and make it look like she won like some crazy ass thing with it looking like obviously it was going to be completely 100% Yumiko's victory, but then boom, she was able to turn it around and win. Honestly, I don't see that happening. This is like literally your life is on the line kind of thing. I don't think she would do that. I think she would honestly just go full on and try and cheat. And even the way they cheated in this episode, it wasn't anything special either. Like, that's one of the things that I loved about this series, is the fact that it's Yumiko trying to figure out how the hell they're cheating, what kind of crazy, new gambling thing that they have as well. Because normally, when I think of gambling, I think of like poker, I think of, all the kind of things you see in like Vegas and stuff. The gambling, I mean, there are other gambling as well. You can gamble on small things as well, but the gambling so far that they've had on this show have, so far been all these crazy things that I never thought was real, or never would have thought like to come up with that kind of idea in the first place. And that's why I've enjoyed it so much. That, along with, Yumiko trying to figure out how the hell this person is actually cheating. Because pretty much everyone's always cheating. There's always going to be someone cheating. That's how this school pretty much works, But this episode, last episode, like I said, not last episode, but the last arc with Midori, it was just a simple, screen was flipped around and stuff like that. Nothing really spectacular. And even the execution of the very end was pretty much just very disappointing in the fact that she wanted to lose and she was actually letting Yumiko win. And just like Yumiko being disappointed, I was disappointed with that as well. And then this one as well, it came down to the point that it was just pretty much some, there's some mini games, and then it's pretty much tic-tac-toe. You win a mini game, you get to put a certain area to pretty much, if you want to win, also tic-tac-toe. I don't need to explain that for you. But it's just the whole execution. The mini games were boring. It was just the first one ends up being them singing a song or something like that, and the crowd votes for it. How well they rate it and everything. But that's another thing. It felt like this episode was so rushed in comparison to all of the other episodes. It felt like there was a ton of build up for certain events, certain ways that they gambled, and then for this one, it was just bam, we get into the contest, they explain it, and all of a sudden you have these moments where instead of having some animation in, they're damn freeze frames. There was no songs in that part either. They had Yumiko and the crowd going, hoo, 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 and the whole part with Yumime was doing that, and then Yumiko, the whole part with her was just like she started to hum their school song, I think it was what it was, and then boom, it cuts off as well, and I'm like over here like, ugh. Honestly, I don't know what to say. It was literally freeze frames. Like, are you kidding me? You couldn't animate those scenes? What the hell? and everything felt so rushed. They skipped over a couple of whatever, there's more mini games obviously, because at one point they were playing Old Maid, which was like, oh no, there's only 2 cards, you have to guess and all that kind of stuff. And in the end, the way they had it was they skipped over, and all of a sudden Yumiko, won several games, and she had a chance to win in several different ways. And of course, like I said before, just the whole concept of what's it called, Yumime trying to make it look like she's about to lose and then come out winning like that. That is not how she would do it. I just feel that's kind of weird. I don't know. That's my opinion, guys. If you feel differently or anything, that's fine, but like I just felt like that's kind of just it was stupid in my opinion, compared to how we've seen the other girls, except obviously Midari. Each and every one of them have been cheating in some type of really interesting way, honestly, and it's pretty cool to always see how Yumiko finds it out. In this one, it ends up just being the crowd. She ends up saying, making it that normally her concerts are literally just her fan club. But of course, it turns out the very end, the final thing that they have, it literally is all about luck. It's not really about Yumiko, figuring out how she's cheating and how to counter it. It ends up being she knows that she's cheating and it's being in this way, but she pretty much just gambles on the fact, and of course that's obviously how she loves it like that. She loves that kind of gambling, but it just wasn't as interesting in my opinion when it came down to being pure luck that it landed on the person in the crowd being Mary. And then in the end, she didn't even know her birthday. That one was also pure luck. And honestly, it just, I don't know, it didn't get me as hyped up and excited as I've seen in previous matchups. The whole Midari arc and this arc just honestly it just laid flat on the ground for me, and I did not really care for them as much. Now, the second half, I actually started to really enjoy it, and I'm actually excited to see what's going to be happening in these next coming episodes, especially considering the forums I saw that a lot of people saying that these next ones should be very interesting. So I'm hoping that lays true. But the big points on why I like the second half, obviously the first part being the song. I loved it. I felt like all the money and the quality of the animations and everything went towards this scene, but I can't really say anything bad about it because that was the best scene in the episode. Love the song, love the choreography for both her, Yumiko and Yumime. I don't know, it was just nice. It was fun. It was a good idol song, and honestly, like I said, I didn't hate this episode or this arc because it's an idol arc. I hated it because of the gambling wasn't anything special. The way the cheating wasn't anything special. And the whole execution of everything just, it wasn't that good in my opinion. Honestly, that's just how I feel. After that though, like I said, that idol part, the singing part was awesome. We actually got a song. I did not expect that considering the first part where it looked like they were going to sing, they completely cut it off. That definitely did not look good, and that's why I was kind of worried that there wasn't going to be any singing. And if there's no singing in an idol episode, that's just plain stupid. So of course, I was definitely happy that we did see that. I also did like this part where I gotta say, at first, sure, she's cute, but I didn't really see anything special with Yumime's character. The way she handled all of this, the way that the thing, like normally it would be where Yumiko wins and the other person is either crying, whining, or just they're in complete disbelief. They cannot believe that they lost, and sometimes they're even groveling. There's never any change after that. That's why I actually like this episode, is the fact that she completely understood. She completely took it. She said, yeah, I understand, I lost. And she could have groveled just like her assistant was about to, saying, take the money, but please do not let that recording go out. But she full on just like, you know what, I'm going to do it. She lets the recording go out. All her fans hear her pretty much bitching at them, saying that she hates them pretty much. And she says, yep, that's my voice, everyone. And she just takes it and says, her career's over, but she still did it. And that, honestly, I was like, oh, good job, Yumi. She gave me, like, I liked her a lot better after that part. And of course, it ends up being for, better for her in the fact that since she came, she was honest with it and she was the one who said it instead of Yumiko, her fans ended up loving her still yet, even though she was talking shit about them, even though she was saying stuff like she hates them. I guess those are some loyal ass fans, because honestly, if I heard that, I'd be like, no ways, I ain't coming, I ain't supporting you anymore, you know what I mean? So hey, whatever, I guess they still love her, good for her. And then obviously, you know, like I said, they had the awesome song, and this could also lead to interesting things in the future. Like I said, you know, we already have, you know, maybe it'd be cool if we have Yumime, since now she's kind of on good terms, I guess, with Yumiko. Maybe she'll actually join up with Yumiko, and you know, they already are getting some of the people who have lost from the student council on their side. So it'd be cool if, like, maybe they win some more, like beat Kaide as what's the next thing's gonna be, and they have some of these people from the student council, the former now, joining up with them, going against the current, you know, student council when the president comes back. That would be pretty interesting. That would be pretty cool. I would honestly not mind that if that really did happen. Still, that's not a for sure thing, obviously. I actually just don't even know where this is going, as we did see that one scene that Suzui was kind of confused. He didn't understand why, you know, Yumiko was doing all of this and everything, but she said this is the best way for her to get to the president. And the best way, of course, we all thought was she was going to use her tag thing and, you know, have a public match against the president. But instead, she actually uses it against Kaide. And this, of course, follows along where we just saw with the whole thing. Pretty much, they are accusing Kaide of being the one to, you know, rig this whole event, and that he was the one who sent the letter and all that kind of stuff. When obviously we know it's, I don't know for sure, but considering the fact that we saw in the last episode, we saw the girl with the hood on, the gamer girl, calling the president and everything, I'm pretty sure she is the one that's setting all of this up. What are her reasons? I have no idea, but I'm pretty sure she's the one that we're going to see some big event going to go up against her and everything. But obviously you saw at the very end, it was Yumiko challenging Kaide. Kaide, of course, declining at first, but now not having a choice because of the public match thing. Overall, I'm not too sure how this works for Yumiko and her plan to get to the president, but I'm definitely hyped up and excited to see how all of this goes, especially considering when we've seen all of these characters so far, Yumiko go up against them. Like someone has said before, one of my people in the comments have said, in the opening, it actually gives hints of what each person will, you know, what they plan to be doing in their challenge. Obviously, we have Midori with the gun thing. We have, you know, Yumime with the idol thing, and so on before this. They all have a little link to it, but I'm not too sure on what Kaide's specialty is. It may have to do with something that's pretty damn analytical, and that's actually pretty exciting. It gives me hope that the next matchup that we have will actually have Yumiko doing something where she has to really think on how to beat him, and that's what I enjoyed. That's one of the reasons why I love this anime, is because of her figuring out how this person's cheating and some crazy ass gambling game, and of course the reactions, of course the facial expressions, all that stuff. I always still love that as well. But yeah, that's one of the big reasons why I am super excited to see how these next episodes will go, because I have a feeling they will get a lot better. Hopefully, like I said, beginning of this half, downward trend was continuing, but this gives us little chance that these next episodes will start to go back up in an upward trend and hopefully end in a good way. But yeah, that's all I got to say, guys. Hope you enjoyed this Anime Kingdom review. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. If there's anything I missed and you want to talk about, comment below as well. And if you did enjoy it, feel like, if you haven't already, feel free to subscribe for more content. And as always, guys, I want to hear your guys' thoughts. How did you feel about this episode? Good, bad, agree, not agree? Feel free to comment below however you feel. It's always awesome to see your guys' thoughts as well. And yeah, that's all I got to say, guys. Until next time, see ya.